Hey friends, welcome to our hilarious episode. This gentleman is seated in front of a lady and things are about to get very. Seeing the man with the bank brochure, the lady thought, pitch time, and casually inquired about his unique marital and job status. Her concerned words were really just a clever way to get him to buy insurance, but the man's smile seemed to completely misinterpret her intentions. Where do you live, Beatchuan? What a coincidence. I'm in the same zip code area, unexpectedly. Man awkwardly flirted, but she asked about his savings directly, and finding his wallet empty, eagerly handed him her card. After their business was done, the man surprisingly invited her for coffee. Was a case of mistaken social invitation. I just wanted the neighbor to share a coffee for accountability, Mom. At this moment, she suddenly changed her attitude, igniting his anger a little too contagious, it seems. Sparks in the man's mind made her feel a vision victim. Moments ago, he flirted, now he's furious. Their call attracted onlookers, and with helpless tears, the woman exclaimed, misunderstanding. How about coffee instead of all this fuss? It's fine, coach, I can handle this, the man retorted angrily. To which the coach replied, what exactly can you handle? The truth. Luckily, the coach called security, gently asking the man to leave, thus rescuing this spectacle. The woman pressed the button for the next guest, apologizing with guilt. On her way home, the security guard was still upset about yesterday's police visit. I feel a bit guilty, the guard thought, trying to escape. Just then, he accidentally pressed the wrong floor. The man stood behind the woman like a post, completely motionless, making her hair stand on end, thinking he couldn't be a ghost, could he? It wasn't until she saw him exit the elevator that she could breathe again, and when she saw him rummaging in his pocket, it proved he was indeed her neighbor, giving her some relief. This fellow seemed to have a habit of staring at the door lock for half an hour before bed. Who knew he actually did that? Under the pressure of her impending promotion, the woman was working late at the bank when she accidentally cut her finger on paper. Talk about bad luck. As her phone rang, she noticed no caller ID, hung up, and paid out of pocket for the loss. At that moment, a drunken drifter on the bus caused her to feel a tad frightened. Was this her doomsday scenario? The phone rang again, and she hung up without a thought, decisively like a seasoned detective. Turning, the woman saw it was yesterday's man. She smiled but got ready to speed off in her car. Even though she insisted, he wouldn't let go. After the last bus, his face darkened like a cloud. Thankfully, a BMW pulled up just in time. It was the bank manager. He said, "Calm down, these people can be truly unsettling." Is this guy your psycho? The manager didn't slip up, but he gazed at her with confidence. The lady finally hopped into the manager's car as he escorted her downstairs like a gallant knight. Once she entered her apartment, she realized the power was out. Talk about embarrassing. At that moment, there was a sound at the door, startling her like a little kitten in fright. Im Chen Yo, did you leave your purse in the car? She leaned toward the peephole, finally recognizing the manager. She opened the door and apologized quickly. The manager, seeing the power was out, kindly offered to help check things out. What a good assistant. No problem, I'll check with the police downstairs. In fact, let's joke about the police mentality. He quickly figured it was just a tripped circuit breaker. A gentle push restored power. Quite the miraculous moment. When she spotted men's underwear hanging out, the embarrassment was off the charts, thinking, this was not meant to be a showcase. She wanted to wash hands in the bathroom, but needed to tidy her personal belongings. Face sour as a lemon. While the manager was washing his hands, she suddenly realized, how does he know about this? I've never told him. What if? My house currency has 600 yen. Just as the manager was about to explain, she bolted out of the room. A scornful glance showed she didn't take the manager's explanation seriously. Clearly, she's become a suspect waiting downstairs. The police arrived, and to avoid hassle, the sergeant came. The woman realized the manager was the stalker. She felt torn inside and even casually told the police her lot could talk about becoming a suspect. Despite her sobs, the sergeant remained stern, saying, that hat is quite the piece. Robert Cho, the manager said, in the police's eyes, you deliberately misplaced your wallet. With her men's underwear and shoes becoming evidence, the woman thought, poor me. Fortunately, the sergeant got a call from his superior, and the woman finally caught a breath. Felt just like freedom again. However, when she arrived at the office, everyone looked at her oddly like she was an extraterrestrial. The manager called her into his office, rejecting her promotion request. Apparently, she had once again become the center of attention. She understood this was all because of her guilt and quietly laughed. Back at the apartment, she recalled attempting to check the security footage earlier, but could only access the one in the elevator. It turned out that all the hallway cameras were actually fake. Sometimes, drunks are unstoppable, the guard said, noting it's common to misplace one's own door. She lingered outside her door for what felt like ages before finally asking the guard to help her open it, nearly crying out of fear. The guard checked carefully and confirmed there was no danger, allowing the woman to finally relax.